You needed the anger to get out of that scared little girl. And that anger was a gift. You needed it to say, hey, enough. Anger only becomes toxic when it lives in us day in and day out.
I'm having some serious anger issues toward my father, and I have had these for since I was a kid. Um, but just recently, they've really come up the strongest I've ever felt them. I feel like he does not listen to me. Um, and so I grew up feeling like I constantly had to prove myself that I was smart enough, that I was capable enough, um that I could be right too, because he tends to always try to be right, and he argues with everything I say. It could be something very small, and even my husband has had to say to him, "Hey, listen, I've been with your daughter for over 30 years, and I've never once heard you say she was right or she had a good idea or that she was smart. I
Mm-hmm.
only hear you arguing with her."
Mm-hmm. And Rachel, when you were a kid and you felt like you had to prove yourself and do things right, what did you fear would happen if you did make a mistake?
That he would be upset with me, that I wasn't going to be, I wasn't going to be good enough. I wasn't going to be
Mm-hmm.
enough for. Part of that is too that my mom also left when I was 11. And so I was raised by my father with my two older brothers. And I always felt like I, I just had to constantly prove myself to him that I wasn't. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
um, I guess when I was a kid, I felt like it wasn't going to be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter what I did, it wasn't going to be good enough. And so I grew up feeling like just be quiet, because if you're quiet, and you don't ask questions, or you don't express your fears or your anxieties or your concerns, then he won't argue with you. Then you're going to be enough if you just be quiet.
Mm-hmm. And now, how has that was how it started as a kid. Tell me a little bit about the relationship now. When are you seeing him often? Is this coming up often? Are you thinking about it when he's not around? Has it manifested into adulthood?
Oh, I think about it constantly. I have this, it's, if I had to put it on a scale from 1 to 10, it's a 12 a lot of the time. My chest feels super tight, and it achy.
Mhm.
And I try, so what happened was why it came up so strongly recently was that in 2023, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I had to go through treatment and two surgeries. And while I was recovering from my second surgery, my dad had surgery, and it was extensive back surgery. It didn't go as well as planned. So I had to step in. I had to like stop what I was doing to heal myself, and I had to step in and take over literally everything for him. And once he was kind of back on track, um, because I would get phone calls all the time saying, "Oh, we just had to resuscitate your dad. He's gone back to the hospital." After when he was in rehab, and it was just like a constant. My nervous system was on a high alert constantly, and I had to tell him, "Hey, I need to step back. I need to take a break because I have to take care of myself now." And I didn't hear anything like, "Oh, well, I'll ask someone else to start doing some stuff." It was just he just kept asking me to do things and expecting me to do things, and never gave any thought to the fact that I also needed help. So I had to start being really aggressive with people and being like, "Listen, I'm not going to do this for him. I'm not going to do this anymore. I have to take care of myself." And so I got a lot of pushback from like his family and this other person in our family, because they wanted me to take over and take care of everything. And I'm like, "Listen, I can't." So
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he doesn't, I feel like he does not respect or value me or my time, or the fact that I also need to heal.
Yep. Yep. So you mentioned, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
what kind of cancer did you have?
I had rectal cancer. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody out there listening, please get your colonoscopies. Don't wait. Don't think
Yes.
that it's something else. Just please just do it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Well, Rachel, first of all, I mean, bravo to you. Let's all just take a moment to just praise you because you knew that you could start to say, "Hey, I need to take care of myself." And that means you are so much further along on this journey of healing and reclaiming your power than you even know. The hardest part, which was I'm standing up for myself, you have been doing it. Now, there is nothing that we can do to change your dad. This is the difficult thing with family. I
Yes.
can't change your dad. I can't change who your dad is, and I can't change your dad. But what's happening now is the younger you felt, I have to be quiet in order to be loved, in order to feel like I'm enough. There's also a belief saying, no matter what, I'm never enough. So even when you're doing something well, it just never feels like enough because everything is this feeling of not enoughness. Now, it's unbelievable that even with those beliefs, as an adult, you're able to go, part of me knows that's not true. And this is why I'm going to stick up for myself because I need to take care of myself. But it still can be such a trigger because it's unfair, right? There's this grief
Yes.
of it should not be this way. And so when we feel that, we start to fight with reality and we're like, he shouldn't be this way. He shouldn't be so mean. And we're interpreting all the actions as just him showing us that we're not good enough and nothing we can do is good enough. So then what do we do with this? Because we look at it and it feels like an impossible situation. It's looking at his behavior and starting to recognize the moments when we feel triggered and understanding that his behavior is nothing more than a reflection on himself. The reason we feel uncomfortable when we're sticking up for ourselves and people are making us feel guilty is because we're pushing against a belief we have in ourselves, which says, I should be doing everything. I am the responsible one. I need to prove that I am enough. So you're fighting these two things. Part of yourself knows I'm good enough. I need to stand up for myself. But another part of you is a bit guilty, like all these people are putting all this pressure on me and it feels unfair. Am I understanding the situation right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were times where I went to doctor's appointments with him and they would say to him, "You don't know what you've been through because a lot of times you were really out of it because you were really sick." And she fought for you so hard. She would not give up until you got what you needed. And they're telling him, you should be so grateful for her. And he's just going, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would get is mm-hmm. Like it's expected of me. It's not like I went above and beyond. It's like, mm-hmm, that's what she should be doing.
Hmm. What was your dad's childhood like?
Um, Not very good. I think
Hmm.
he and his family try to make it sound better than it was.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think that I don't think it was very good.
Yeah. One of the things I often think about is when someone is hard on you, someone's hard to the outside world, they're constantly complaining, nothing is good enough. Imagine what it's like living in his head. Imagine that being your whole world, where you're constantly feeling like nothing is good enough. Because when you're
Yes,
expressing that, it's just your internal reality coming out. And so
yes,
being able to imagine your dad is hurting because hurt people hurt people. Your dad didn't come from a loving home where he was taught to show gratitude. And so he is only doing what he knows. But this is what's amazing, Rachel, is you're breaking the pattern. You're recognizing it and going, I'm not going to be like that. And so what we're going to do here, where we want to go to, is to be able to tap so that you have a place to go every time you feel triggered. And then what happens is the more that you tap, the less you're going to feel triggered by it. It's almost like if someone has an open wound on their shoulder, right? Anything that touches it hurts, right?
yeah,
So you have this open wound of never being good enough for your father. And now he gets older and he complains that you're late to an appointment and he somehow blames it on you. It's a little thing, but it hurts because it's touching this open wound of like, well, here we go. Nothing's good enough. But when we start to heal and nurture that original wound, suddenly when your dad blames you for being late, you're like, all right, whatever. Like, obviously I can't control traffic. Does that make sense? It's you don't have
yes,
to interpret it as you not being good enough. You interpret it as this is my father who has really bad coping mechanisms, and this is all he knows. And then it becomes a little easier to do what you're already doing, which is standing up for yourself when you need to. So, with that, let's do some tapping together. You mentioned it, you feel it in your chest. So,
Yeah.
is that when you're really feeling triggered when he says something? That's,
Yes.
and what is that feeling?
It is just super tight and it's like
Hmm.
it's almost achy. Like it just like my whole chest just feels like it's so tight that, I could just it could just snap because it's
Yeah.
so tight and so achy.
And what happens if it would snap? What would come out?
A lot of things that probably I wouldn't want to come out.
Yeah. Okay, but
um
so we would call it maybe anger.
Oh
You think
yes,
there's
rage. I would say
rage?
absolutely rage. And I just want to mention too that like you are absolutely right because I'm feeling such conflict because I feel like I'm supposed to be nice and I'm supposed to keep giving and I'm supposed to love my dad because he's my dad because that's what society says, right? But I also feel all of this guilt and all of this shame because I don't have these feelings that I'm supposed to have towards my father. And I feel like I cannot say that to people because obviously you can't be honest about that with people because they will shame you and say, and even if they understand or they feel like that themselves, maybe towards a parent, they're not going to acknowledge that with you and comfort you with that because they're going to say, oh, I don't know what that feels like because
Has that
nobody wants to
happened to
admit that.
you, or that's the idea of what would happen to you?
I've had both things happen. I've had
Mm.
some people understand because they've had similar experiences, but I've also had people be like, yeah, that's not okay that you feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, we don't have to listen to those people, but we can tap.
No.
So those people bother us less. And because this is a thing, this is a tricky situation. And you'll have people on one side saying, you're loyal no matter what, you show up no matter what. And you have people on the other side going, no, if someone's toxic, cut them out. I don't believe in either of those. Only you know how to navigate this. And this is what I can tell you. When you are calm and feeling centered, you will know how to navigate it. You will know when to create boundaries and when to show up. Only you can navigate something. Family dynamics are complicated. So our goal here is to get you as centered as possible, feeling as calm as possible so you can decide, like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And no, I'm not going to do that. You can navigate the situation in a way that feels congruent without you feeling like there's an inner battle. And there'll be moments where the inner battle comes up, but you'll have a tool to come back to go, okay, what feels right for me? Let me ignore all the voices in my head and out there. So let's do a little tapping right now. Can you think about that? If you feel that tightness in your chest right now in this moment, can you give it a number? Like, so it's okay for us to bring this up. So just think
Yeah.
about your dad making a comment, nothing's good enough, just the whole situation. How strong does it feel now?
Oh, it's definitely a 12 because I have to see him later today for an appointment.
Rachel,
So,
it is a 0 to 10 scale, but we'll give you a
okay. So
12.
I'm going to
We're
say
off the
10. Yeah.
charts. It's a
We're off the charts.
it's off the charts. If it feels like a 12, it feels like a 12. Okay. So tap along with me. We're going to tap on the side of the hand. I know so many people relate to what you're going through. So if you are watching this, tap along as well. So just repeat after me. Okay. So tapping on the side of the hand, even though I feel this tightness in my chest,
Even though I feel this tightness in my chest,
I acknowledge how hard this is.
I acknowledge how hard this is.
And I give my body permission to relax.
And I give my body permission to relax.
Even though I have all this tightness in my chest,
Even though I have all this tightness in my chest,
because I'm holding back so much anger,
because I'm holding back so much anger.
I acknowledge all of these feelings,
I acknowledge all of these feelings,
and it's okay to feel them.
and it's okay to feel them.
One more time on the side of the hand, even though I have all this anger in my chest,
Even though I have all this anger in my chest,
it's been building up for years.
it's been building up for years.
And part of me is ready to snap,
And part of me is ready to snap.
and another part of me knows that I can't.
and another part of me knows that I can't.
And I accept all of these parts of me.
And I accept all of these parts of me.
So we're going to give a voice to how we're feeling. This is part of bringing it up to let it out. So on the eyebrow point, all of this anger,
All of this anger,
side of the eye, this anger in my chest.
this anger in my chest.
It's so unfair.
It's so unfair.
I can never do anything right.
I can never do anything right.
And I've been trying so hard for so long.
And I've been trying so hard for so long.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
And I'm holding back this anger
And I'm holding back this anger
because I'm not allowed to be this angry.
because I'm not allowed to be this angry.
I have to be a good little girl
I have to be a good little girl
and I have to stay quiet.
and I have to stay quiet.
But this rage is building inside of me.
But this rage is building inside of me.
And I feel like I'm going to snap.
And I feel like I'm going to snap.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
I try so hard
I try so hard
and it's never good enough.
and it's never good enough.
And I think about my younger self.
And I think about my younger self.
It was so unfair back then.
It was so unfair back then.
And maybe I needed to be angry
And maybe I needed to be angry
because it showed me I need to stick up for myself.
because it showed me I need to stick up for myself.
And I have been doing that.
And I have been doing that.
This anger has pushed me forward
This anger has pushed me forward
to create better boundaries.
to create better boundaries.
I acknowledge this anger's good intention,
I acknowledge this anger's good intention,
and I'm open to releasing it.
and I'm open to releasing it.
Doesn't mean I need to like what's happening,
It doesn't mean I need to like what's happening,
but I can listen to this anger
but I can listen to this anger
and move through it.
and move through it.
Because under this anger
Because under this anger
is a little girl
is a little girl
who's still hurting.
who's still hurting.
And my adult self
And my adult self
is angry about it.
is angry about it.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
I can use this anger
I can use this anger
and move through it.
and move through it.
Under the eye, my dad's doing the best he can.
My dad's doing the best he can.
I wish he could do a lot better
I wish he could do a lot better
because I do a lot better for him.
because I do a lot better for him.
Collarbone, I acknowledge all of these feelings.
I acknowledge all of these feelings.
Under the arm, I acknowledge that it's not fair.
I acknowledge that it's not fair.
Top of the head, and I acknowledge he's not going to change.
And I acknowledge that he's not going to change.
Hurt people hurt others.
Hurt people hurt others.
I acknowledge his pain.
I acknowledge his pain.
And I protect my heart.
And I protect my heart.
His reaction
His reaction
has nothing to do with me.
has nothing to do with me.
His criticisms
His criticisms
have nothing to do with me.
have nothing to do with me.
So I won't take them in.
So I won't take them in.
They're not mine.
They're not mine.
Side of the eye. Now, I just want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to imagine little you. Okay? And as we tap, if you can keep your eyes closed or open your eyes, I'll tell you where to tap, but I want you to imagine speaking to your younger self. And tapping underneath the eye, I want you to say to your younger self, I see you.
I see you.
Under the nose, you are enough.
You are enough.
Under the mouth, and what you're going through is not fair.
And what you're going through is not fair.
Collarbone, but you are growing through this.
But you are growing through this.
Under the arm. This is not for you to take.
This is not for you to take.
Top of the head. This is his pain, not yours.
This is his pain, not mine, not yours.
Okay, take another deep breath. Tapping on the side, on the eyebrow point. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am doing enough.
I am doing enough.
Under the eye, I can listen to this anger
I can listen to this anger
and release it from my chest.
and release it from my chest.
I can navigate this situation.
I can navigate this situation.
Collarbone, I'm not going to change him.
I'm not going to change him.
Under the arm, and I'm not going to take on his pain.
And I'm not going to take on his pain.
Top of the head, feeling grounded and steady.
Feeling grounded and steady.
I know what to do next.
I know what to do next.
All right, take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And just check in, Rachel, with your chest for a second. How is that before it was a tight anger about to snap? Has it stayed the same? Has it shifted? What number would you
I
give it now?
I would give it a 4 now.
From a 12 to a 4?
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. How was that experience for you?
Well, a few things came up for me.
Yes.
One thing that may help other people is for me, what came up was I might be afraid to let go of this anger
Keep
because,
tapping while you talk to me.
because if I let go of it, that's going to mean that number one, I know this is common, like number one, I'm not punishing the person that deserves to be punished.
Mhm.
But also, if I can let go of this now, I probably could have done it before. And my life could have been so much better, so much earlier.
Oh,
And that
Rachel,
and that makes me
yeah,
sad.
okay. Eyebrow, even though I have all of this sadness,
Even though I have all of this sadness.
because if I let this go now,
Because if I let this go now,
it means I could have prevented so much pain
it means I could have prevented so much pain.
under the nose. I acknowledge this sadness
I acknowledge this sadness
under the mouth because I was hurting so much.
because I was hurting so much.
Collarbone, and I wish I knew this sooner.
Should I knew this sooner?
Under the arm, but here I am.
But here I am.
Top of the head, this journey taught me so much.
This journey taught me so much.
I've grown so much.
I've grown so much.
I've made so much progress.
I have made so much progress.
I'm allowed to heal.
I am allowed to heal.
This whole journey was divine.
This whole journey was divine.
It led me to this moment
It led me to this moment
when I begin to recognize my worth.
when I began to recognize my worth.
I can forgive myself.
I can forgive myself.
That sweet little child
That sweet little child
who was doing the best she could.
who was doing the best she could.
I've had so much on my plate.
I've had so much on my plate.
I recognize how hard this has been,
I recognize how hard this has been,
and I choose compassion.
and I choose compassion.
I choose to see how far I've come.
I choose to see how far I've come.
I choose to see how brave I've been.
I choose to see how brave I've been.
I am proud of myself.
I am proud of myself.
I have come so far.
I have come so far.
Take a deep breath. Do you feel that, Rachel? Do you know that? Do you know how far you've come?
Yeah, I mean, it is really a big deal. It is a big deal because even recently I've told him that the when he argues with me, it just makes me louder. It just makes me fight more. And because he's not listening.
Hmm.
And Um, and now, like, I forgot to answer your question earlier. I'm so sorry. I was so nervous. I
I don't
try
remember
to,
my question. Go
I
ahead.
try, I try to limit my contact with him. Like, I don't talk to him on the phone every day. I try to just be there for like important stuff.
Yeah.
I try to keep the conversations like all business and just very short and sweet. And I try to just remind myself, like you've said, I'm not going to change him. I can't change him. And I'm trying to find peace with that. So there's a lot of things that go into being angry at a parent. There's so
Yes. And listen,
much.
you needed that anger because that little girl who was staying quiet couldn't keep doing that. You were growing. You needed the anger to get out of that scared little girl. You have grown, you're more resourceful, you're smarter, you know more. And that anger was a gift. You needed it to say, hey, enough.
You're
What
so
happens
right.
that anger is good. And so what we can do instead of going, oh, I shouldn't feel anger, just say, anger, thank you. I hear you. Because anger only becomes toxic when it lives in us day in and day out.
Yeah,
But
when
there
you
are
try to
certain
shut it
things in
down.
this world that should make us feel angry. So
Yeah.
allow yourself to have that, to recognize it as a gift. And the moment we're like, hey, anger, I hear you, I get it, we can give our body a chance to relax. Because what anger tends to do if we hold on to it too much is we get into that fight or flight response, which when you're confronting your dad, you want that cortisol, you want that drive to go, hey, nope, not okay with that. What happens is that finishes, you're home, you're lying in bed before sleep, and you still feel that anger. And that's when it's not serving you. So it's being able to say, like, I hear you. Thank you, anger. I don't need you anymore. And being able to remind your body as you tap that it's safe for you to relax.
That is such a great point. You're absolutely right. I definitely see that the anger had its place and it gave me the strength where I didn't think I had it to then, because I
Yeah.
have set some boundaries. I have, maybe I don't say things as nice as I should or could, but I'm getting my point across.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And as you keep tapping in this journey that you're on, you're healing that wound that we talked about before. So, what you're going to find as you continue doing this work is that he says the thing that would have set you off before, and now you just like roll your eyes. Doesn't mean you like it, but you're just like, oh, whatever. Like you are
Exactly.
impossible.
Yes. Thank you
um,
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I want to give you, do you have a subscription to the Tapping Solution app?
I do. I have the
Okay,
tapping, I have the app, and I have the Insiders Club.
amazing. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to send you this card deck. This
Oh my
is
God. Yes.
this is you know what? Let's just pick a card. Let's just see. But I wanted a way, you know how sometimes like you have a book, you just need some inspiration and you open a book or you open the Bible or you open something to a random page and it's exactly what you need. This card
Yes.
deck is to like help us do exactly that. So I'm gonna pick a card. The one I picked, sorry, there's one of my hairs, is for you. I am clever and resourceful. Let's do this. Let's do this one together. It's just a quick tap.
Okay.
Ready? So, even though I sometimes feel unsure,
Even though I sometimes feel unsure,
I trust in my ability to find my way.
I trust in my ability to find my way.
Eyebrow, I am on the right path.
I am on the right path.
Side of the eye, this experience serves my growth.
This experience serves my growth.
Under the eye, I don't need all the answers now.
I don't need all the answers now.
Under the nose, I find solutions along the way.
I find solutions along the way.
Under the mouth, I am creative and insightful.
I am creative and insightful.
Collarbone, I thrive with any new challenge.
I thrive with any new challenge.
Under the arm, I see opportunities around me.
I see opportunities around me.
Top of the head, I am clever and resourceful.
I am clever and resourceful.
All right, take a nice deep breath in. Did that not
That,
just feel
that
like
was so
exactly what we
perfect.
needed?
Yeah, that
I
was
love.
absolutely perfect. And I love your card deck so much. I love the story. I can't remember all the details right now. I remember Nick telling the story about how it came to be. I think you wanted these pictures on there and you saw a dove and a heart on the beach or
Yes.
something. And I
Yes.
thought that I was like, that is so perfect. And I love those. I use them on the app.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And then the other thing I recommend for you in the app is we have an inner child challenge that's really beautiful. It's a 4-day inner ch child healing. And I think you're really going to find that to be comforting and helpful.
I will do that. Thank you
Awesome.
so
Thank you so much,
much.
Rachel. Take
Thank
care.
you.